Okay, Doctor Who Series 12, Episode 3. I have no idea what the title is again, but and I have no idea what's going to happen. So let's keep this short. Let's get straight to the video. Here we go. There is a radio playing outside, so I'm sorry if it's being heard. It is around 8 o'clock. Orphan 55. Ooh.
I get you out your maddy mood. My mood's fine.
That's you, Todd.
4 seconds.
No. I've got to go and fetch my speedos. Only joking. Already got them on.
Jesus.
Welcome to Tranquility Spa.
Party of 4. Bandozi Herald Cruise Spa.
Is she one of the...
By myself.
This architecture is cool. I can't tell if it's real or not. Ooh.
You never needed to be married.
You say that.
Wow.
Oh, hello.
This is too good to be true.
Luckily, this is where my hopper first aid training kicks in. And you're going to sneeze. Oh. Now suck
Jesus.
your thumb until the hallucinations stop, and remember, they're not real bats. It's fine. It's fine.
Leave the black wall, wait.
That was great.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're all right.
Yes, go away.
Here with me, mates. Yeah. I'm a pilot, surgeon, pilot, surgeon. I'm a surgeon for pilots. So,
She reminds me of the nun
Its
cats.
own armory.
So where does Orphan 55 come from? Oh god.
attacking the gate.
I need you here to help me understand this place, not out there shooting at things.
Come on, listen. Listen to her.
21.
Oh, everybody is dying.
No, you can't build an ionic membrane from scratch.
Maybe she
If I had
can.
crayons and half a can of spam, I could build you from scratch. Now, out of my way.
Currents.
Always the hat filmer.
Oh no, don't tell me he's going to die. No.
Form.
Yeah.
Analysis 913.
Oh. That's pretty neat.
Native species want you and your guests dead. Doctor, you need to see
Okay, this is making more sense. Some of these storylines that are... it always starts with people doing something that's technically really stupid.
Yeah.
I built it myself. Good. Tell me you helped him build it.
Tranquility
Oh my god.
home from home.
Jesus.
Here, Kate. Why build this hotel? It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
The air is unbreathable. But a few years with the right terraforming, we can reduce the CO2.
The proud owner of Orphan 55, the best real estate in the galaxy. You can sort out your dread problem.
Or don't you want to be queen of Orphan 55 anymore, Kane?
Never mind the money, there's a man's
Okay.
life at stake.
She's not talking, so the money probably isn't the motive. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Ooh, the design looks cool. Some of this, this is all really fishy.
But I have two questions.
Is it just me, or has Benny turned into one of those?
Together. If anyone can, will they please shoot me?
I knew it. I knew it. They're gonna die. This is weird. But also, really good shots. Where did they shoot this? It does look like it's in the moon or something, or in a desolate planet.
To any of my birthdays. She didn't come to his funeral. And she doesn't even recognize me now.
Oof. Jeez.
This project, Tranquility Spa, I was only doing it to gift her.
Maybe you should have mentioned that before you pulled a gun on her.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, we're not.
What does it say?
That looks like Russian.
Novosibirsk. It's a Siberian underground station.
No, don't tell me.
This is Earth.
Orphan 55 is Earth.
This is nothing like Earth.
This is Earth in the far, far, far future.
Which one of you Let's get here. What's the point of getting invaded?
Quiet. Come on. You survived. Deep breath. Come on. Come on. You survived. Deep breath.
Oxygen supply refilling.
That makes sense.
It's so strong without oxygen because it doesn't need it. It breathes carbon dioxide,
Carbon dioxide
and
in.
oxygen out like a really angry tree. Tell her I'm sorry.
I was wondering why the trees were... I was wondering why the trees survived.
Warnings from every scientist alive. Global warming, huh? The food chain collapses, mass migration and war.
I can't hold this much longer.
Dad, you're doing it wrong. It needs a passkey to close it from the inside.
Not now, Silas. Okay, I'm trying to concentrate.
You never listen to me. Do it yourself.
When he's attacked by the hopper virus.
Good luck with that, Dad.
Come on.
Open the door. I'll try and boost the oxygen levels.
Why should I take orders from you?
Do you want to
You
die?
caused this mess, and now you're gonna help fix it. Orphan, Silas, stay there. I'll distract you. You grab Silas, and I'll meet you at the teleport.
Where's my boy? He'd know what to do.
Whoa, that's a mess.
Graham, move over for a real mechanic.
Gentlemen, let's make some cerulean form.
Good drag.
Nice.
Drag.
Come on.
You open that door.
Other way. Oh. Where did she come from?
Got this.
Teleport profile updated. Teleporting.
We made it.
She'll be okay. She'll be fine. She's with Kate. How are they going to be okay?
Yeah.
No oxygen, no help.
When did you know that it was Earth?
Just before you did. Look, I know what you're thinking. But it's one possible future. It's one timeline, but it's not decided. You know
It's still
that.
one possible future.
People can save planets or wreck them. That's the choice. Be the best of humanity. Or
Whoa. This is a really weird episode. Alright. Doctor Who Series 12, Episode 3, Orphan 55. I had some time to gather my thoughts, and overall, I do like the episode. I thought it was good. I don't think it was the best, but I mean, I was really interested with the whole Master storyline, but I, of course, also expected that Doctor Who would return to the Monster of the Week thing that it usually does, so I'm not surprised by the Monster of the Week thing. I liked the monster design for the dregs, and I also really liked the concept of the fakecation. Actually, before I forget right now, this whole episode almost reminds me of Midnight, because I mean, if you're not a Doctor Who fan and you don't know the story of Midnight, then good for you, because you've skipped this one of the scariest episodes in the entire history of Doctor Who. But where Midnight gave me a sense of pure, raw dread because of humanity's faults, Orphan 55 kind of felt manufactured. Like, the sense of dread was there. The whole message about climate change, being the core reason for the dregs, for humans. I'll just say this right now so people will know where I stand. I know Doctor Who can be preachy sometimes. It's something I've always expected ever since which episode was it? I just know that I don't know how to word this right. Doctor Who is primarily, well, in my experience of watching it, is primarily an educational show. So if there are moments where it sounds preachy, I don't question it because it's what it's done since it began. Sure, there's sci-fi stuff and action stuff, drama, horror, but in the end, it's also supposed to be an educational show. So I don't mind the preachiness, even though it kind of feels tacked on a little bit. But at the same, again, I don't mind it. What I did mind a little bit in this episode is the writing, and it's not the end part. Again, I had no problem with the end part where the doctor says that Orphan 55 is a possible future. Time is not completely set. People have the choice to make make a better future for themselves, or else, and then cut. I actually really like that editing. But there were some moments with the characters that I just didn't feel like I earned them. Take Nevi and Silas, for example. You build up this relationship of this dad that seems to be not as capable in mechanics as his son, and I understood that. But I feel like in the moment where Silas goes to press the button to lock everybody in, I didn't feel like I earned that. Either I have no heart and no empathy, or it just didn't translate well. I didn't feel like I earned his anger at that moment, because the entire episode, Silas and Nevi Silas is the one constantly telling his dad that, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. And I don't think Nevi once denied, or maybe he did, I just don't remember. Except for that time in the just before Silas presses the button, that he says that, please be quiet, I need to concentrate. I don't know, maybe it just lacked. It feels like the whole getting angry and pressing the button was for just to progress the story, to give them a reason to give the doctor and Bella a reason to find Silas, then find the drag leader. Yeah, now that I think about it, once they found Silas, he was saved, and yeah, it just didn't feel right, that's all. But other than that, everything else felt great. Like the beginning where Graham found the coupons, and I like that the episode bookends with them coming back straight to the TARDIS. Actually, I also really like that this episode did not end happily, sort of. Technically, you didn't rescue the people. Maybe the people rescued themselves, who knows. Because Doctor Who is probably one of the few shows I know personally that is not afraid to give vague endings or bad endings. I don't know how to explain it. I like that. And I can already tell that people are going to maybe not understand how the global warming suddenly connects to the dregs, but to me, I do. I honestly see it. If you really think about it, global warming, climate change results into, fallout, mostly radiation and destruction of all organic beings. But of course, life finds a way. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, but I remember thinking in my head, wondering why there were trees still, if the planet was uninhabitable. I like the idea that humans, evolved to inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. Seems like a logical progression. Well, I guess one thing I don't understand, or am a little bit confused by, is the moment where the doctor checked in on the drug's memories. If this is correct, then Orphan 55 should be really generations into the future. So how would a drag generations into the future have memories of the fallout generations ago? Unless it's like with the Time Lords and the Timeless Child, where the entire species has memories of the Timeless Child, whatever that is again. I don't know. Speaking of which, I also really like that in the beginning that the doctor was still in her mood, in a bad mood. Actually, the doctor's mood this entire episode did feel a little tight-knit. It was less happier than usual. One of my favorite scenes in this episode has to be the hopper virus hopping into Ryan. That was really great. It was really greatly acted and shot. With last week's episode, with Gallifrey being destroyed, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm pretty sure I didn't mention it. I don't mind that they destroyed. I mean, the writers destroyed Gallifrey. I have faith in them to make that storyline worth it, I guess. I'm trying to be cautious. I don't feel bummed that the whole saving Gallifrey thing, since the Day of the Doctor is technically uprooted. Actually, just even the notion of the Master being back, because that means that, well, his O is either after Missy or before Missy. But at this point, I don't care right now. I just care about seeing what O will do. Just as I care more about what the state of Gallifrey right now will be. I'm just being cautiously optimistic of what will happen next. So that's about it. All of my Doctor Who reactions will come every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Philippine time. But if you'd like to see these in advance, you can go to patreon.com/bye-bye. Thanks again, and please stay safe, wash your hands, and take care. Bye-bye.